I want everyone to know I have on pajama bottoms.
HII delivers the most powerful naval ships ever built. That same innovation and dedication is applied to executing missions in complex and contested environments. We are leading the next evolution of national defense, the data evolution. That means anticipating emerging threats with C5ISR capabilities that enable a deep understanding of the environment across a wide range of assets. And with AI and big data platform capabilities that support threat analysis and cyber operations at an unprecedented data scale. Preparing warfighters for virtually every conceivable situation they may face with live, virtual, constructive, synthetic training environments critical to the all-domain order of battle. Making vast expanses of the Earth accessible for defense, research, and commerce, on land, under the seas, in the air, and in space. With world-leading autonomy and the largest family of UUVs in every class, making transoceanic missions possible. Ensuring the world's most capable and resilient platforms are always at the ready. On the sea, under the sea, and ashore. Maintaining a safe, secure, and effective strategic weapons stockpile and executing complex environmental remediation through a legacy of disciplined nuclear operations supporting the Department of Energy's mission priorities. We do all of this with a talented, diverse, and innovative team that is driven to solve our customers' most complex challenges. HII, solving our nation's critical security needs by delivering the hard stuff done right around the globe.
Well, hello, everyone. John Young here, Talent Acquisition Manager with Mission Technologies, and you are on Finding Your Purpose with HII. This is our third episode of the year, and we are dealing with early careers in software engineering today. So we are excited to have you a part of this particular discussion because we are coming at you with another great panel. Today. We're live on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. So please, wherever you're listening to us from, like, share, comment, subscribe, follow us. We are where you want to be. Mission Technologies is an awesome company, and we've got an awesome panel here for you today. Speaking of this awesome panel, we've got Jamie Gerbasi with us, and we've got pulling from behind the scenes, who's normally making stuff happen behind the curtain, is Matthew Jordan. He's one of the associate producers, and the main producer behind the scene, Daryl Williams, is back there pushing buttons and making us all look good. We've got all kinds of people doing things behind the scenes. I want to send a shout out to Brianna Grant. She's our new wardrobe coordinator. And so with everyone that's listening, I want everyone to chime in and hear what Jamie Gerbasi has to say. Introduce yourself to our listening audience, Jamie.
Thank you so much, John. And first I wanted to say congratulations. You said Gerbasi right, and I know it's not easy, so good work. Good work. I'm so excited to be here today. My name is Jamie Gerbasi, and I am the technical recruiting manager here at Enlighten. We are, of course, a part of HII, who is our parent company, and it's a true joy to be a part of both Enlighten and HII.
All right, Matt, what you got? From what I understand, you have some great things to say about your management and all of that. What's going on with you?
Oh, yeah. My name is Matt Jordan. I'm a recruiter with HI, with the Live Virtual Constructive Training group. John is my manager, so anything I'm saying is forced. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate the opportunity today to come from behind the scenes. Also appreciate the title promotion you gave me. That was fancy, associate producer. Normally, I'm just the guy that is looking at the comments. So excited to be here. Thank you.
I just absolutely love the humility of this group, because we do have some superstars in this panel. And so I'm excited for you all to hear what they've got going on. But first, I want to give you some HII news, because if you're listening to this podcast from whatever platform you're listening, it's important that you understand that this company, HII, has been awarded 2024 Best Employers Excellence in Health and Well-Being. We are always winning stuff. And the cool thing about it is that, like, we're going to keep on winning stuff, because the people like you that are listening to us and prospective employees, as a result of what you hear, it's going to increase your intensity level and want to become not just a prospective employee, but an actual employee. And you're going to get the opportunity to work for cool people like Jamie. And I won't keep saying her last name, because if I keep saying it, I'm eventually going to mess it up. Now, so the 2024 Best Employers Excellence in Health and Well-Being Award was just given to us. And also, if you become an employee, we're actually doing Impact Award nominations through May 17th. So for those of you who are watching this and you are an HII employee, know that these Impact Awards are lurking. And so stay tuned, because there's probably an Impact Award winner listening to this podcast right now, and you don't even know you're going to be nominated. That said, Jamie, let's talk a little bit about Enlighten, because everyone is excited about this this particular business. Can you explain to our listening audience what Enlighten is and how it fits into HII's organizational matrix here?
Yeah, absolutely, John. We were fortunate enough to be a part of the acquisition that HII had with Enlighten Science and Technologies. And how we currently fit is we are in the CEWS group, what is stands for Cyber Electronic Warfare in Space, under Grant Hagen. But we also remained a wholly owned subsidiary. The gentleman that runs our group, the VP of Operations, is Steve Wagner, surrounded by a very strong technical support staff, some of the best engineers and brightest minds that I've ever had the pleasure to work with. Enlighten in what we do, the main part is that our main technology focus is big data. And when I say big data, we are talking about petabytes of data. We actually do have customers that have petabytes of data. We're different because we help those analysts understand and visualize their data, allowing the decision makers to act on those findings. Enlighten specializes not in the entire life cycle of big data, beginning at data acquisition, transport, and ingestion. Our team creates analytics, and applications, manages the data lifecycle, analyzes and hunts for threats within the data, and works directly with our customers to ensure they are getting the most out of their data. Our work directly impacts the customer's ability to understand and defend their systems and support the mission objectives they face every day. It is that gives me so much pride in what I do, that I even get to be a part of that, even a tiny bit, in supporting the mission. I absolutely love working here.
Well, let me just say something to our listening audience. She said the word petabytes. I feel smarter just saying petabytes. So regardless of where you're listening to this podcast from, if you're driving, if you're at your desk, on your computer, wherever you are, just say that. Just say petabytes, and I guarantee you your IQ will go up about 3 or 4 points just saying the word petabytes. That said, I'd like to dig into this a little bit more, Jamie, because word on the street has it that Enlighten has incorporated Silicon Valley-esque type culture. Now, I want you to know I said Valley-esque because my IQ just went up a few minutes ago. So Silicon Valley-esque type culture, don't look that up on on the dictionary.com or anything, because you won't find it there. It's on a higher level of definitions. So only the smart people will find that dictionary. But that's it. We understand that Enlighten has incorporated a Silicon Valley-esque type culture. Can you elaborate on that for us?
Sure, absolutely. Basically, what it means to me is the culture that we have created is that we use, number one, modern tools and technologies. Any engineers that I talk to over the years, they want to work with the latest and greatest tools and technologies. We have created that environment here. Number two, they also want to work with talented people. So we have a pretty good interview process that helps us find some of the best and brightest out there to come work for Enlighten and support us. And then we also support innovation and new ideas. One of my favorite things that we do right now, it's been an annual for the last, I don't know how many years, but we really value our employees' input. And so every year we've done a hackathon, and we've let our engineers submit ideas, not just engineers. It can be a program manager or someone else, a product owner, that submits ideas that are considered. Our leadership takes a look at those ideas, and then we actually have a hackathon where they can really dig down into those different topics that we've picked and then present the results. And so it really is pushing that technology environment that really talented engineers look for in a company. And then the other part too is, especially here in the office that I get the pleasure to work out of, there's a ton of collaboration. There's whiteboards everywhere. I just see engineers talking all the time, working through solutions. So definitely a very technical based company. We just happen to also support our nation's defense, which provides that mission part of things as well.
Matt, can you say hackathon with a straight face?
Hackathon. No, I don't think I can. Actually, Jamie, I did want to interject because the Silicon Valley-esque, that I sometimes when people hear that word, I think they might think layoffs, or they might think job. It's a quick you go in here for the startup part and then you go to the next company. Knowing a little bit more about being your coworker and knowing a little bit more about you, I feel like you've been with the company for 6, 7, 8 years. Can you and especially now I feel like people are always looking for the next opportunity.
Yeah.
Why have you been with Enlighten so long?
Yeah, I am that recruiter that if you go and look at my profile, you're going to see a lot of #LoveMyJob. Enlighten is just so special. And I've had the pleasure. I was one of the very first recruiters ever hired on to Enlighten to help grow the company. When I started, we were only about 60 or 70 people, definitely much more smaller. And then I've had the pleasure to help take, because it's not just been me, it's been with a wonderful support staff, to over 200 people at present. And basically, it's helped me grow as a recruiter, because I was just a technical recruiter. I've been blessed that I am now also a manager of a fantastic team that has taught me a lot, but also being a part of that smaller company environment with Enlighten, but being a part of HII and the bigger company, I've learned so much from them. But I also think of myself as an idea lady. I have a bachelor's degree in marketing. And so I'm full of ideas and I want to give ideas, but I only have so much bandwidth. So I love being able to share those new creative ideas that I've come up with both Enlighten to help us grow, but also with HII and my partners there to help bring new ideas and new solutions to the larger company as well. And then, of course, I love teaching others. I love mentoring. I love helping people grow, even to the candidates that I talk to. When I actually do a phone screen with the candidate, it usually goes anywhere from a half an hour to an hour because I'm really trying to make sure I understand what it is they want, and then also give them an opportunity to tell them what it is that we do here and make sure it's the right fit. I'm not trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. I want to make sure it's the right fit for both of us.
Well, Jamie, that's exciting information. And as you speak, we're all learning more and more about what Enlighten is. But this is how I look when I'm reading minds. And I know that people want to know not just what it is, but where it is. So is it just in one location? Are you all over the place? Are they going to work with you no matter where they come from?
Well, I appreciate that question. I actually have the pleasure to work out of our new headquarters, which is here in the Columbia, Maryland office or location, which is actually in a really great spot. It's near the Meriwether district. So if you are local, you probably know what I'm talking about. They're really starting to build that up with brand new restaurants and some really great things. Of course, Meriwether Post Pavilion is right next door. So there's a lot of cool things here right in the Columbia office or nearby. But we're not just here. Our next largest office is actually in San Antonio, Texas. But then we also have 3 other offices that we are continuing to grow. One out of Augusta, Georgia, one out of Greenville, South Carolina, and the final one is in Boise, Idaho as well.
So when I think about that, there's Enlighten and HII have both been recognized as top employers and top places to work for the last few years, like consecutively. Like this is not a just sort of a one-off thing. We've established that we are the place to be. And I guess I'm curious, aside from just working with you, what do you think makes an organization like ours a destination employer, and why these people that are listening to us should want to come work with us?
That's a great question. There's so much that really does make Enlighten special. And I don't just say that, I really believe it. And of course, HII as well. They're both winners. Again, Enlighten, Top Workplace USA 2023 and 2024. It is, again, just brought me so much joy. I've asked our staff, because as a good recruiter, you should find out what does your staff love about your company? It's a great thing that inquiring minds want to know. And so I always do ask them from time to time, what do you love about the company, so that I can share that with new candidates. The most common things that come up, of course, is that, right, the Silicon Valley culture that I mentioned, the modern technologies tool, working with other talented folks, they care about that. But other folks really care is that they get to solve problems here. Our work is never just going to go into maintenance mode, because it's big data. It's always changing. The solutions, the tools that we've created, the things that we do here to provide that support to our customers, it's never going into maintenance mode. And any engineer worth their salt doesn't prefer to do just maintenance work. They like to solve problems. We also invest in our people, right? HII and Enlighten, we help support training, certifications, education reimbursement. We have wonderful benefits packages. And so that's really important to an engineer as well. And then here within Enlighten, hybrid, we are a company that has embraced hybrid as much as we can. Obviously, customers come first, so there are a few positions that don't always allow us to do that. But wherever we can, we really have embraced a hybrid culture. So that's something that we try to do. But more importantly, or I guess most importantly, is that we care about our people. We take care of our folks. And when you take care of your folks, they in turn will take care of our customers, which helps us remain, both Enlighten and HII, as that top employer of choice.
Jamie, I was going to ask you about a question about company culture, but right there, you kind of answered a lot of the reasons why. It seems like y'all have a good culture. But you mentioned your LinkedIn profile earlier, and actually, being connected with you there, I've seen some over. It seems like once a quarter in office. Enlighten has these cool get-togethers. I think I saw a chili cook-off, a murder mystery. getting kind of, I mean, I don't live up there, so, but I wish our department did some of that, right, John?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But just, yeah, how do you, can you just explain, first of all, where those ideas come from and maybe how that affects your team and the Enlighten team in those offices?
Yeah, absolutely. When I first started Enlighten all those lovely years ago, it'll be 8 years in October. Can't get enough, right? When I first started, I remember walking around and seeing a bunch of engineers with like headphones on and not interacting. And for me, the very social butterfly that knows the benefits of getting folks together that wouldn't necessarily work together or interact, I went, we've got to do more. We've got to get these folks together. I remember there was one software engineer that was having a conversation with someone that was more on the DevOps side of the house, and they were stuck with something. And I remember the software engineer said, "Oh, well, why don't you just do this?" And the technical person, the DevOps person, was so excited they like legit ran back to their desk and was able to solve whatever the problem was in like 15 minutes instead of spinning on it. And I said, we need more of this. We need more of bringing our staff together and relaxing a little bit, having some fun with it. So one of my favorites was definitely the murder mystery event that we did last fall. I'm not gonna lie, it's been on my bucket list to buy one of those flapper dresses. And so when the ideas came, because we always ask our staff, what do you want to do? What would you like to do? The murder mystery one and the theme that allowed me to check that bucket list item and rock the flapper dress was so much fun. But we do things, right? The chili cook-off was huge. And that was one, we try to change it up, right? That one was during the day where people could just step away, come over, have some chili, vote for their favorite. And then we got some bragging rights. But we do, we have a really cool happy hour coming up that I'm really excited about. As I mentioned, that Meriwether district, there's a place called Game On. And so for our employees, they get to go and basically it's an arcade and a bar. So it's kind of like playing games, but also getting to catch up with their coworkers in a more relaxed setting. And again, I'm a huge geek at heart. So we have board game nights and we get to do things like that. So it's just bringing the staff together. So the more you get to build that relationship with your coworkers, the better all the staff is going to work together. You rely on each other, you trust each other. And so our staff loves those fun events. And so we try to do that on the regular. Some micro events like the chili cook-off or bigger events like that murder mystery event that we had last fall.
That's cool insight, especially in the world of remote work right now, that there are still offices that get together and do these things. So that's cool to hear. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
That actually probably has so many people taking notes. I know that I'm one of them. So Jamie, I know your number. And so I'm going to take some additional notes so that Matt can stop being passive aggressive on our We're going to get just like that. Now, that said, one of the things that's happening is people that are listening to this podcast on the many platforms we have it now, people are saying, okay, what do they have that I can apply to? And so we're going to transition into a segment that we call Hot Jobs, where we want to talk about some things that are pressing that you are currently recruiting for. But let me just share with our listening audience, I'm going to give you a shortcut. Some of the things that you can do in addition to the hot jobs that you're about to hear about from this great panel is that you can just take out your phone unless you're driving. And if you're driving, just pull over, collect yourself, and then do this. But I want you to text the number 89743. Text 89743. And these are the letters I want you to text to that number. Just text HII to 89743, and then something magic happens. You're going to be routed into our talent network, and you're going to be able to access all of the things that we've got going on. I mean, literally everything. But in the meantime, there's some specific things that our panel is looking for right now. And I want to just turn that over to you, Jamie, and tell us a little bit about some of the hottest jobs you're recruiting for right now.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, customer interaction and making sure our customers are taken care of is something that's important to us. So we have 2 different recs right now that are for product owners. They're similar to a project manager, except for they are the main person for the customers. They are interacting with the customers on all levels, from the highest level down to the users, making sure they have everything they need in regards to the products and the tools that we offer our customers. Do they understand how to use things? Are they missing some things? Do they have ideas on how we could be doing things better? So they really become like that product SME on being able to support our customers, right? Do they need more training? We offer training in different scenarios. So it really is a total support of the customer and making sure that they understand and they have everything they need from us. There's one in San Antonio that is supporting our Air Force customer. That is the one that's posted right here. And then the next one, if we go to the next rec number, we have one out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, and that one specifically is going to be supporting our space customer. So really looking for, it would be, again, I didn't mention that as a remote office, but the customer is there. So we need somebody that is definitely able to support that customer, interact with that customer. It is posted in Colorado, but if someone is in San Antonio, Texas, or Columbia, Maryland area that is willing to travel to Colorado when needed, we are open to those types of candidates for that role as well. But again, big data, agile development, and willingness to come in here and really become an expert on the products and services we offer is what we're looking for in those roles. Security clearances for both of the roles, you need to have at least a top secret. So just therefore, U.S. citizenship is required for those roles. So I did want to mention that as well.
Great. What you got, Matt?
Yeah, so I know we've been highlighting Enlightened this whole episode, but we have over 600 postings, six business units. So I have a couple from the LVC business unit here. So for in Las Vegas, working at the Nellis Air Force Base, we're looking for a cleared senior database engineer. We're looking for someone that has experience executing integration efforts in a joint simulation environment. They would come and work at the virtual test and training center there on Nellis. It's a cool contract. It's supporting the Air Force Warfare Center, and we're helping establish simulators and trainings to deliver advanced tactics training and test capabilities there. So we're looking for someone that has at least 9 years experience with a bachelor's degree, 7 with a master's, or if you have more than 13 years of related experience, you can come in, you would qualify for that role. We are looking for you have to have an IAT level 2 certification. If you're not sure what that is, if you type that in on Google, you'll get a quick graph there that shows you which ones qualify. That's a contract requirement. So we need you to have that coming in. They're looking, I believe that's the starting pay for that is $145K, right around that area, also depending on your experience. Another hot job we have, I'm actually pretty excited about this one because it's really a foot in the door position. If you're in the Tidewater area or want to work in Norfolk, our live mission operations network team, they're looking for an electronics technician engineer. So if you are a systems engineer or a communications engineer, have that type of experience, it's just a bachelor's degree with 0 years experience, or if you have 4 years of related experience, you can come into that. And you don't need a clearance, that we will sponsor you for your secret clearance. And they're looking for a security plus, but you actually have 90 days to get that if you're qualified. So there are a couple of things where if you come in, you interview well, you can get support from the company to get a couple of those credentials, and then start here, grow here, start your career with us. It could be a cool opportunity for any veterans transitioning out that are in the have experience with radio frequencies and are trying to get into the engineering space. They do want you to have a passport because there could be some OCONUS travel as well as intermittent travel inside the United States. Not too much, but that's something they're looking for. And that starting salary is around $75K. But yeah, that's it for me. Back to you, John.
All right. So you guys have heard it. Now I want you to do something about it. All right. So you have the opportunity to be a part of an awesome company just like this, aside from the fact that you'll be able to work with people as cool as Jamie Gervaisi, Matt Jordan, and moi, you'll have the opportunity to have cool jobs that you can do. So with that said, I want to remind you, you might actually know someone that wants to be a part of a great company like this. So like, share, comment, follow, subscribe, and check this out. We got this cool ticker that's going sideways beneath me, and I didn't have anything to do with that ticker, but it's happening right here beneath me. So take a look at the ticker, and it has up-to-date information on Mission Technologies. But the thing that you may not see in that ticker is that we have over 7,000 employees, and guess what? We are growing. We have 45 locations across 11 different countries. We right now have well over 600 postings on our career site. So again, text the letters HII to the number 89743 to get a link in to our career site and understand everything that we've got going on. So if I didn't say this enough, if I haven't highlighted this as hard as I possibly can, I'm going to try it again. Mission Technologies, this is the company you want to work for. We are all of that. So if for those of you who haven't watched this before, you might think it's a pen, but it's actually not a pen. This is a microphone, and this is the part of the episode